I'm Haley.
I'm Emily.
And this is
The Northwest Mystery Show,
where we talk about mysteries in the Northwest.
And over there is our producer, Townsy.
Hello.
He does
stuff.
Important things.
He talks occasionally, so don't be alarmed.
Once in a while.
He looks up shit for us that we're too lazy to look up.
Yeah, or that we didn't think beforehand to look up or bring photos of.
Whenever our facts are wrong, he tells us.
Which is often.
I know.
Or for some reason, pictures on my Facebook that because all these subjects you guys choose, I've been there for no reason.
Because it's in the Northwest.
Yeah.
Like last show with the lighthouse.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was haunted until you just told me, and it's like, okay, I can see it.
You learned something new.
And you got married at the fucking Slocum House.
Which is also haunted, so...
Yeah, turns out you're just constantly surrounded by ghosts.
A man of ghosts.
You don't know.
I'm attracted to them, apparently.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wherever I go, I'll
it's
pick
a
that
ghost
spot.
magnet.
Sexually?
No, I don't think you can have sex with a ghost.
You just said you were attracted to them.
Yeah. Where they are, I tend to gravitate towards.
He's a ghost magnet, is what he was saying.
There's several interpretations.
Look,
she doesn't believe it.
She's got her fetishes. Let her in her mind.
We're gonna kink shame you now.
You're gonna shame me for my ghost kink?
Yeah.
Ghost kink.
Well, my ghost boyfriend is gonna fucking murder you. So.
Oh, really?
His name's Anthony.
He's real, I swear.
Well, he won't listen to this podcast, so it doesn't matter.
He might as well be.
He might as well be a ghost.
That little shit. He's getting called out on this podcast.
And when he eventually listens
5
to it...
5 years from now.
Yeah.
He's going to be like, what the fuck?
He's going to be so upset.
Okay. What do we talk about on this podcast? What is this about?
Oh, well, the Northwest and mysteries that happen here.
Wow.
Which can be like Washington, Oregon, apparently Idaho.
Canada. We found out we
Some
have
parts of
listeners in Canada.
So, hey, maybe some moose are listening right now.
Shout out to those moose.
Shout out to the moose.
Keep tuning in.
Also, maybe parts of like Northern California.
Yeah. If it's close to the Northwest.
Or if we're just really desperate for a story and we need something last minute, you might be included.
We're desperate.
Yeah, maybe like Nevada. And then eventually we'll be like, New Mexico's Northwest.
East Coast, like...
Yeah.
We don't care. Midwest.
Yeah, Oklahoma's close enough. Not really, but...
Florida's where we draw the line.
Yeah, or like maybe we'll draw a line through like Texas.
Oh, that's a good call.
So like from West Texas to the ocean
Just
is Northwest.
Half of Texas.
Just the Northwest half of Texas.
We don't want the other half.
No.
We don't really want Texas at all.
No. Okay, so from New Mexico to the coast.
Now that we've alienated all of our Texan listeners, why would they listen to this?
I don't know. Why would they? Texas has a lot of murder, so
it's true.
Find a Texas murder podcast, Texas mystery podcast.
I bet there is a podcast for like every specific state and general regions. We just picked one region.
Yeah. We wanted to narrow it down and not be so greedy.
Yeah.
Give ourselves some guidelines.
Limit ourselves, because too many options is not good for us.
No. And this is like the illusion of some control.
We really need the illusion.
We really need some restraints.
We have no control over the rest of our lives.
No, none.
I feel like it's good to do it in the Northwest, because then everything's close and like... We know all these places.
And we know what we're talking about.
We know how to pronounce all of the names.
Some of the names?
Some of them.
Well,
there's a lot of like...
still like...
There's a lot of native ones that
that everyone pronounces differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not even sure what's right, because everybody's like, well, my way's right.
Yeah.
And no one knows how it's really pronounced.
Yeah. So that's the show. I don't know. That's the show for today.
That's the show. It's right there in the name.
Yep. It's real self-explanatory,
It
but
really is.
We got to give you guys a run-through.
Yeah, if you're still curious, you can find us on Instagram at NW Mystery Show.
Yeah, at Northwest Mystery Show on Instagram. We post pics from every episode. So if you like this one, after you finish listening to it, go pull up
photos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We name every episode. They're real clever names.
We make our own memes.
Oh, they're great.
They're so good.
I'm pretty proud of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did a thing. That's great.
We don't do much else in our lives. This is the main thing.
Yeah, this is mainly it.
It's honestly like pretty impressive for us.
Yeah, I mean, to just like to do something, to commit to something, and to keep showing up
every week.
Yeah, because you know how easy it is to make plans and then just be like, you know what?
We planned this one for Saturday morning, and we showed up at Townsy's house to record, and he's like, it's like 11. He's like, what are you doing here? There's no podcast. We're like, no, we said 11. He didn't want to let us in.
I had the wrong day.
Yeah.
No, actually, I said, all right, come on in 4 times before you came in the house.
Because she was trying to prove that she was right.
Yeah.
I had to make sure that what if I did fuck up?
Which she was right.
But she was, yeah.
But
even if you had fucked up, the timing worked out okay.
Yeah. If I had said Sunday, I wouldn't have been surprised.
So to recap, NW Mystery Show on Instagram, NW Mystery Show at gmail.com, and then Facebook, you can look us up, NW Mystery Show.
Yeah.
So
Stitcher, NW Mystery Show.
Yeah, we're on the Stitcher app, so you can listen on your phone, on the go.
Please send us emails about mysteries and things that you have experienced or heard about.
We're slowly gathering people's personal stories about creepy stuff.
Slowly.
We've got a couple.
Have we?
I think we've got at least 4 now.
Do we?
I'd like to have like 6 or 7 before we do an episode where we just tell people's stories.
Mm-hmm. So it's a snail's pace.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually.
Send us in your creepy stories as long as they're in the Northwest. We'll read them.
Even if they're all about big feet.
We don't care. We want some Bigfoot ones. We really want
Bigfoot stories.
We don't have any Bigfoot sightings yet. We're real bummed about it.
So please.
I saw a UFO once.
Did you?
Yep.
Why are you just now bringing this up?
When we do the show, I'll talk about it.
What?
Yeah, email us.
It's about a 40-second story, and it's not very good. That's why.
Still, that's pretty good.
When we do the episode about stories, you can tell it.
Yep, I will bring it up then.
Do you have a story, Haley?
I don't have a Bigfoot story, but I know my dad has a couple of like people he knew got murdered stories. Or
because your dad was in like the mob.
No, he wasn't in the mob.
Was he in a gang?
He knew some people that were in a gang.
Okay.
I don't know if I should talk about it.
Let's talk about it anyway.
Yeah.
He'll never listen.
No, he won't. But yeah, there's some gang affiliation. But like a girl that he grew up with got murdered. Like one of his first cars, someone got cut up in the backseat.
Holy shit.
So I should get him to email us because he has some stories.
Make your dad type out a couple of his stories and email them. Force him to.
I will. I'll have to explain in depth what a podcast is more because I still don't think he understands.
He'll probably want to listen, but don't let him.
He will. I think he'd be okay with it. My parents are pretty cool.
Is he going to be okay with you telling his stories?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I already agreed to make a movie about his life, I think.
Does he want us to keep him, like, anonymous, like, not tell his name?
I don't know. He's my dad. We'll just say he's my dad.
They don't know who that is.
Yeah, they don't know his name.
As of now, he is anonymous, so we'll just keep him that way.
Yeah, he's just someone's dad.
The gangs aren't going to, like, come back for him, are they?
I don't know.
What if your dad gets, like, a hit put out on him?
That would be great.
By a gang.
That would be impressive.
You got really excited.
I just think it would be impressive. I think he would be impressed by it too. But like the only murder to ever happen in my like hometown was because of this gang. So, you know,
that's pretty good. I could talk about the murder in that small town I lived in.
Yeah.
Of course, it's like drug related because it's a small town.
Of course.
Well, we've got stories.
We have stories. We'll tell you all about them.
We'll do a story episode
one day.
Yeah.
One episode.
So send us yours, and we'll keep
it.
you anonymous if you want, or we'll give you a shout out.
We'll say your name. We'll say your address.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear about the murder out in Washougal where the gal tried to, I'm gonna get all the details wrong, cut off her mom's head with a sword?
Oh fuck!
What?
With a sword?
I was in a band that did a song about this girl because the singer of the band went to elementary school with her.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's intense.
The song was called Breathe Fire because apparently the little girl used to, when she was a kid, when she would get mad at people on the playground, she would like she was breathing fire.
Well, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
I know.
So she got her boyfriend to do it or something. I don't remember the details, but
well, look that up.
There's my small town story.
Yeah.
Creep.
We'll talk about that one.
We will, for sure.
Oh, there's so many good things to cover.
Yeah, there really is.
Let's dive into a podcast. Or a mystery.
This is a
podcast. Stop showing us memes while we're recording.
It's not a meme.
Let's dive into a mystery.
Go for it.
Okay.
What do we got?
It's your turn.
I'm going first. Mine is the White Eagle Saloon and Hotel.
I've been there.
Is it pretty cool?
Of course you have.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's owned by McMenamins.
Yeah.
So it's like
I can see that.
typical McMenamins.
It's easy to get to.
It's like, I think it's like northeast Portland.
Yeah, it's not too far away from the Rose Garden, I believe.
Yeah, it's very like, the building's super old, but the inside is very like rock and roll. That's kind of what they were going for.
That's like every McMenamins.
I know.
Really.
It's like typical.
Yeah.
If you've been to one, you get what we're talking about.
Yeah, I think the only new building that a McMenamins is in is like the one in Kalama.
Is there a new one?
Because it was just built, yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, it's right there near the, what they call it now, Modus Center. It's in that area.
Yeah. It's weird. I've never heard of this place.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Do you know where the Widmer Brewery is?
No.
Oh, it's right down the street from that.
I'm not really in that part of Portland a lot.
No, neither am I.
Widmer Brewery has maybe the best food in town.
Really?
It's amazing.
Okay, if we go stay at this hotel, we'll go eat there.
We will.
We're going to make this a whole trip.
We'll cover it all.
Yes.
All the food.
A
all
whole
the
trip
ghosts.
that's literally 12 minutes away from where we're sitting right now.
Yeah. We'll bring a Ouija board, maybe.
We'll drag it out for a whole weekend, though. So
yeah, we will.
We'll make it a vacation.
A staycation. No?
I mean, we're in a different city, so
yeah,
we're kind of getting out.
But we've been to Portland several times. You're there like
literally
daily.
12 minutes from where you're sitting
every
right now.
other day.
Yeah, so I don't think it counts.
Okay, staycation.
Yeah.
All right. So this hotel is supposedly the most haunted hotel in Portland, if not one of like the most haunted places in Oregon. And we've never heard of this.
Yeah, I don't buy it. I was going to say believe it and then buy it came out. But that's what they always say.
They always say, but this is one where it's not just based on the amount of like legends and stories behind it. It's based on how many people have bad experiences there. Mm-hmm. And I read through reviews for people who have stayed and they're like, it's beautiful, we love it, but we can never come back. Sorry. They give it like 5 stars, but they're like, it's too haunted, we can't come back.
That's amazing.
So I'm like, I believe it. I heard about this place because my dad and his girlfriend spent a night there. I think it was like the weekend before Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have a reservation. They just like kind of dropped in, and the saloon is downstairs. It used to be like a saloon. Now it's just like a bar, and they have live music there. So that's the first floor, and then the second floor is where they have all the rooms that you can stay in. It's only the 2 stories.
That's so small. How many rooms is there?
I believe there's 13. 13!
What?
Yeah. So the 13 rooms are upstairs, and they show up like the weekend before Halloween, and they're like, hey, can we have a room? And they're like, yeah, there's actually nobody staying here tonight.
That's even more creepy.
They were the only people checked in on the whole upstairs, right? So they spent the night, and my dad's girlfriend said that she heard, like during the night, she heard crying. They had somebody knock on the door, and when they opened it, there was nobody there. And like they went and, because they were all alone, they went and like walked around the whole upstairs to like see what they could find. And she just said that she felt like someone was in the room all night. She was really creeped out, and I think that she was genuinely like freaked out by it.
Oh, I would be too, though. Like
my dad slept through it. He seemed fine.
Of course, it's just like a dad to do that.
Dads don't give a shit. Yeah, it's just like this really old brick building.
Is it the oldest saloon in Portland?
It might be.
I think so.
I think it is. It's super old. The building itself was built in 1899, and then it opened as a saloon / hotel in 1905. So crazy.
What was it originally?
Crazy old. No, I mean, it's only like a 5-year difference. I think they were still building it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
gotcha.
Because it's so old. They didn't build it in like a year. It took a little bit. Okay. I will talk about the history of the area. So obviously 1905 is like quite a few years ago. Super old.
Just a couple.
So when they built it, the neighborhood was like becoming industrialized. Like that area is kind of an industrial area of Portland. Mm-hmm. So the clientele was mostly like laborers, dock, rail yard, factory workers. So kind of like a rough group who like would go to their laborious day jobs and then afterwards they would come to the saloon to get drunk. So it was kind of like
that's like what everyone did back then. They went to work and then they went and got drunk.
Yeah, and there's a lot of like bar fights at this saloon. They nicknamed it I think it was the Blood Bucket. Yeah, because there was so much fighting there.
No thanks.
How fucking like SpongeBob is that? Like salty spittoon.
Yeah.
You have to be this tough to get in to the Blood Bucket.
You have to shed this much blood to get in.
Yes.
Ugh.
We would never make it in.
No.
They kick us out. Okay. So just like a really rough neighborhood. I think just rough period in time, probably in general, like early days of the city. So it starts as a saloon, but they've got like the upstairs, the second floor with all these bedrooms. So very quickly, it becomes a brothel.
Of course.
They use the upstairs as the brothel for the white people, and then downstairs is a basement, and that was like the colored brothel where they had like black people and Asians and other races, not non-whites.
Ugh.
Yeah, they had like 2 separate brothels. Fucking shitty. Basically, it became like it wasn't a place for respectable society. Yeah. You went there if you were trashy.
I can't imagine. Yeah.
You went there if you were gonna get drunk and get in a bar fight and then go grab a prostitute.
Yeah. I imagine the type. I can get what you're going for there.
It's a classy establishment.
It sounds like it.
It sounds like the place for us. Do you agree? We're not that classy, Haley.
I mean, but we're also not going to go to a brothel. And I don't think we're going to get drunk and start a bar fight.
But I would definitely stay at a place where bar fights and brothels happened.
Yeah, I would too.
Okay. We're on the same page.
Okay, so maybe it is kind of for us.
It's for us.
Yeah.
It's interesting enough. And I guess downstairs there's like a lot of pictures of like the building and the history of the area and lots of interesting things about the saloon. So I feel like if nothing else, it'd be cool to go and check that out just to get like a more visual idea about what it was like.
And I don't know. It's probably really cool.
I think it's really cool. And McMenamins is always cool.
Yeah.
It always looks cool. The drinks are always good.
Yeah.
And they have a long history of rock bands playing there. Like actually pretty famous people. And they still do live music all the time. And then the bedrooms upstairs, it's just 1 floor above, so you can hear all the music still. So you get like music for free, even if you're trying to sleep.
Whether you want it or not.
On the website, they sold it as like a plus, but...
Yeah. But the ghosts are probably going to keep you awake anyways. So.
Yeah. And the rooms are all still very like original to how it was. So the rooms are really small because they didn't used to be that big or fancy, and they still look kind of old-timey. They described it as having a lot of character.
Like, that's like when you're trying to describe something that's old, you're just like, oh, it has a lot of character.
When really it's just kind of...
That's code word for old.
Old and maybe a little bit run down.
Yeah. Okay,
so just like a place for shady stuff, like not respectable society. They had underground tunnels that connected to the basement, so it was part of the whole Shanghaiing thing.
Oh.
So they think that people who got drunk in the tavern were like shanghaied from the tunnels and taken away. Yeah.
Oh.
Tying it back in.
Yeah. Back to like the first episode.
Maybe second. Was that first?
I think it was the first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they think that like Shanghaiing happened here, and there was definitely brothels here. And they think a lot of people like died in the bar fights or like were killed in the tunnels. So they think a lot of people died here in one way or another.
Yeah.
Or like they're unhappy spirits, maybe because of the prostitutes.
A lot of prostitute ghosts.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. So there's a lot of haunted stories. Most of them are from people who have stayed the night there, who have experienced stuff, like kind of like my dad and his girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Just a ton of reviews and stories where they're like, this place is haunted as fuck. Yeah.
Tell me some of the stories.
Okay. There's different areas in the building where different hauntings happen, so I'll talk about some of them. So there's the basement, which was the brothel of color. Back when it was a brothel.
No.
There's been a ton of stuff that's happened in there. Supposedly someone who works there, like a maid or like a server or something, she got pushed down the flight of stairs by a ghostly spirit. Yikes. She was okay. She had like minor bruises and injuries, but she claims that something pushed her down the flight of stairs into the basement. Coworker. Just like a salty coworker snuck up. And they like ran down and rescued her, and they're like, oh, it must have been a ghost.
No, it wasn't me at all.
Supposedly in the basement there's like music that's coming from nowhere, freezer doors open and shut. People claim to be like pushed or touched by ghost hands.
Ugh.
Just Me Too'd all over the place by ghosts.
Getting groped by
no thanks.
Like, old sailor ghosts.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah. Another one is weird, and this happens like all throughout the building. There's like coins that fall from the ceiling or get found in random places. There's like just random coins all over.
That's weird.
I don't know. Is that a haunting or people just dropping coins?
Or maybe there's a ghost that's really into coins.
Do you think
a coin ghost?
The coins just fall through the old floorboards maybe?
Oh, is that possible?
I think it's so old. I mean, I would think.
I don't know.
That seems
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
That seems like a normal thing, not a haunted thing. Coins are falling. Yeah. That's the basement.
Oh, so it's the basement? Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe, yeah. Okay.
Now we're going to move to the upstairs where there's 2 ghosts who are confirmed, who have names.
Great.
Confirmed.
As much as you can confirm a ghost. These are like the 2 that they think for sure are there, and the rest are just like possible ghosts, and who knows who it is.
Okay, but they have names.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first one is Rose. She was a young prostitute.
She was on the Titanic.
That's how she died. Thanks for that, Haley.
Oh, you're welcome.
Rose, who was not on the Titanic. Okay, well. She was a prostitute. She fell in love with one of the customers at the brothel. Maybe his name was Jack Dawson. She was afraid to like tell the owner of the bar, who I assume is like own her, you know?
Ugh, yeah.
That
was her pimp.
She refused the marriage proposal of her boyfriend, the guy she fell in love with. And then he killed her in a rage.
The manager or the boyfriend?
The boyfriend.
Ugh.
Yeah. And one of the main things people claim they hear there is like a woman's voice or like a woman crying.
Right, isn't that what your dad's girlfriend said?
Yeah, she thinks that she heard somebody crying.
Ugh.
And a lot of people have said that. And supposedly this is supposed to be Rose. She's the one who's crying.
Sad.
It's a tragic story.
It is.
Just like Titanic.
Ugh, just like Titanic. It's you right in the heart. My heart will go on, but it won't.
Oh, God. Not after your boyfriend murders you.
Oh, no. No thanks.
It's a tough life when you're a sex worker.
Yeah. It's hard work.
I know, like, prostitute isn't PC, but that's what I copied and pasted, so.
Right.
And I think this is back in the day where that's
accurate.
Well, and that's what they were called.
That's what they're still called.
Sex workers like PC.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to say.
No. The act of prostitution is done by a prostitute. That's literally the definition.
That's true. This is true. Because this is specifically
now, if you're like, oh, that whore. Well, okay, that's not PC at all.
Oh, God.
That's not PC at all. I think sex worker is very all-encompassing of a lot of things.
Yeah, because we're specifically talking about
prostitutes. Yeah.
We're not saying it in a derogatory way.
No, we're not. We're absolutely not.
No. Make that money. I don't care.
Do you ever say whore instead of whore?
Yeah,
no.
Whore.
Whore.
I kind of just did.
You dirty whore.
You whore?
Who? It's like, who? That's how I say whore.
Whore?
I like it better. So start saying that now.
No.
We have to have all the same language.
Like, do we?
Yeah, we do.
We have to have the same slang?
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm going to think of something really weird then, and I'm going to make you say it.
Well, I got you to start doing the Owen Wilson wow.
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 Wow. It needs more work.
Wow.
When people like cut me off in traffic, I'm like, wow. Good one.
Wow.
It's like my saltiest.
Just the Owen Wilson wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's how you know you've like really fucked with me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm judging you now. Okay, second one is it's a young boy named Sam. So Sam was one of the housekeepers who lived upstairs. Well, I guess he wasn't a young boy when he died, but he lived there since he was 10. So basically he got like adopted by the owner of the hotel at the time, and then he grew up in the hotel. So he lived there his whole life and worked there.
Exciting.
Yeah. I mean, he had to like work to stay there. Basically one of those kind of things. But he died in his bedroom. Like, he lived there his whole life and he died there. So they think he's definitely like haunting the place.
Wow.
How old was he when he died?
I don't know. It didn't say.
He was like old.
I assume
okay.
He died of natural causes.
Okay.
Did people live that long back then?
I don't think so.
Yes.
Oh.
Did they?
Yeah, there's a thing that goes around about, back then people only lived to no. Your average age was 36 because of the high infant mortality rate. People didn't live as long as they do now, but they did. If you survived past being a kid, people would live into their 60s, no problem. 60s, 70s.
You just had to make it past childhood.
Yeah.
The danger years.
Yeah. Don't get stabbed at some point.
Don't get into any bar fights.
I feel like this isn't a safe environment for a child. There's like a brothel upstairs and in the basement, and there's a saloon downstairs.
There probably were kids around, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did they really think that stuff through back then?
No. The answer is no.
No. Go hard or go home.
That's what she said.
Except this is your home.
It was his home. He couldn't leave.
So he was home.
Maybe he hated it, and that's why he's like salty and he's haunting it.
Maybe. That's what I would do.
Or maybe he got... I'm not going to say what I was just going to say.
Just leave it there.
Okay, but getting back on track. So there's 13 rooms upstairs, and for a lot of years they wouldn't... and this is in more modern times, they wouldn't open the rooms to the public. It's only like pretty recently that they've done it. Once they turned it into like a bar and they had rock bands coming and stuff, that's mostly what it was. The upstairs wasn't open for many years. Mm-hmm. They thought it was too haunted to open to the public. The owners and the staff who worked there didn't want people staying in it because they thought it was too dangerous. Until
they realized what the people want is ghosts.
People want ghosts.
People, yeah. So, like, so many people that I know that I knew them well, but not well enough to know, like, their opinion on ghosts, love ghosts. And it's, like, the most unlikely people. It's like, I thought I knew you.
It's weird when you find out. You're like, oh, I never would have guessed.
Yeah, I have so many relatives that go to haunted houses, like, actual haunted houses for fun.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I grew up with you. I thought I knew you, but I guess I don't.
It's like how true crime people used to be, like, all secretive about it, you know?
Yeah, because it's, like, one of those things that you think no one else is going to understand.
Those people all probably watch those ghost hunter shows by themselves.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And they don't tell anyone.
Yeah. I used to watch the show when I was a kid called The Haunting, and it scared the crap out of me.
That sounds good.
I think it's still on, too. I don't know what channel, though. I think it's, like, Travel Channel, probably. Or, like, Discovery.
Let's watch it.
Yes.
That sounds amazing. I feel like this... I think several like ghost adventures and all that shit have come to this hotel and stayed there, and I watch a couple of videos on it where people are like trying to capture the ghosts. I think some shows have covered it, so
we'll cover it as well.
Well, yeah, we're gonna stay there.
Yes, we are.
We're definitely gonna stay there.
The Ouija board is still up in the air whether or not we're gonna bring it.
2 against 1.
No, I don't think I want the Ouija board.
I don't think I want the Ouija board.
It's a 2 against you.
Yeah.
I think you should do it. How else are you going to talk to these ghosts? They're just going to push you.
This is how you get demons. I'm really.
Yeah, this is how you get possessed by a ghost. Yeah. Which, I mean, I have been saying for a while. I would not be opposed to getting possessed by a ghost. Because it's just uphill from here, personality-wise.
See, this is what I'm saying. Ouija board.
They can do all the work for you.
What's the worst that's going to happen if you get a Ouija board? You get haunted, and you want that. So
I do want that.
Yeah, so we're good.
But like, I have this very specific idea of what I want in my head, and I know I'm not going to get it.
You're going to get like a violent demon.
I want like a 1950s housewife ghost. You know, one that will like clean.
I want specifically Lucille Ball to haunt me.
Can you ask?
That would be hilarious.
Gosh, that'd be the best.
You'll have to ask.
I want Carrie Fisher to haunt me.
Carrie.
Because I feel like that would be the best ghost.
I can't do that many drugs. I can't hang.
She goes too hard.
But I want her to haunt me.
She is pretty cool, so yeah. I can get on board with that.
Who do you want to haunt you?
Oh, that's a great question. Fucking Harry Dean Stanton, who just died this year. My man.
It's a new ghost.
He's a fresh ghost. He's probably still around.
Yeah.
He's the most badass motherfucker. He was in the first Alien movie.
Oh.
I didn't realize until a rewatch, he just wears like his own clothing. He's like his fucking 80s like trucker cap and like Hawaiian shirts, and he's like chain smokes the whole movie. And he just like, I don't think they gave him a script. I think they were just like, do whatever the fuck you want.
Was he in Tremors?
That's the best.
Oh no, I don't think he's in Tremors. Maybe.
Was he in? Because I just saw a picture of him and it looked like it. But God, he was 91.
Yeah, he lived a long time. Him and David Lynch
Green
were
Mile.
like BFFs.
Oh really?
Yeah. They would hang out and talk philosophy. Like, that's a combo I want to be in. Yeah. I want him to haunt me.
How many credits do you think he got? How many movies was he in that he got credited for?
84. 200.
84?
Yeah.
200. 204.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. He's been around forever.
Busy.
He got into acting when he was, like, pretty old, too. Like, maybe 50. He's just been around forever.
In his 30s. He is 54.
He's also a musician. He makes really, like, sad southern like desert music.
Oh
yeah,
interesting.
Think like sad ballads but like recorded in New Mexico or something. Like
he was in all of the westerns, wasn't he?
He's just done everything. I'm gonna send you some of his music.
Do it.
You'll fucking
that and
love
then the Jeff Bridges,
the sleep tapes.
Yeah,
we'll listen to all of it.
Yeah.
We'll play one of the sleep tapes after this episode. Write that down.
Okay.
I was going to keep yelling it. Townsy. Yeah, so okay, they wouldn't let people stay in the hotel because they thought it was too haunted. But then, of course, they opened it up and people want to stay there because 1, it's McMinimans, and 2, it's ghosts. So everyone's on board.
Yeah, 2 things people in this area love.
And it's actually like a historical building because it's so old. It's like kind of a monument. So, of course, you want to like see the history and all that. But you also want to see some ghosts.
But you mostly want to see the ghosts.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I like the peoples who they reviewed it, and they were like, we didn't know it was haunted before we stayed here. We don't like that. We're not going to come back. I'm like, bitch, I would go there because it's haunted.
Yeah. One of my mom's friends they went to Sacramento, I think, and they stayed at this hotel. And when she booked the room, like, she knew it was haunted, but she didn't tell her husband.
Yes.
And it freaked her husband out because, like, all this stuff kept happening at night. And they only stayed one night. He's like, we can't do this. I gotta go.
That's some shit I would do to my husband. Like, trick him.
Yeah, just like, oh, no, it's no ghost here.
I love her.
It's the best.
Okay, more creepy shit that's happened there.
Yeah.
All of the doors and windows on the 2nd floor upstairs, where the hotel rooms are, they're known to, like, fly open randomly. Like, at any time.
That can be embarrassing.
While you're like in the room changing.
Yeah, and then door flies open. It's like, excuse you.
I hope they all fly open at the same time. That's the creepiest.
Yes.
I mean, if we're going for creepy, let's go all the way.
Yeah. Go big or go home.
Yeah.
Like we've been saying.
I mean, why are you gonna stay here if you don't want some fucked up shit?
I mean, I might leave in the middle of the night, but
what if we go and we don't make it all night?
We die?
No, I mean like we leave. Like we leave.
I could see that happening. Home is like what, 15 minutes away?
We could make it home at any point.
Yeah.
But we'll try and make it all night.
Yeah. Or we'll just go to the Best Western down the street.
We'll GoPro the whole thing so people can see us like running in terror out of the building.
We'll do it Blair Witch style.
Yes. Yeah. So I mean, they don't know for sure that anyone was killed here, but there's this story about in the early 20th century, there was a bouncer who worked for the saloon who would like control all the rowdy people, and he disappeared one day and was never seen again.
What?
Yeah. He just disappeared. And so there's all kinds of stories of like he was killed by the ghosts, or he was like shanghaied into the tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's all these stories. So that's like another one of the ghosts they think is there, is this guy who disappeared.
Maybe he turned into change and started falling through the floor.
Just slowly falling through the floor over the years.
Bit by bit.
Ew.
They claim they find coins on all of the floors though, like basement and saloon and upper.
Like current coins?
I don't know. They just said there's like coins all over. That's one of like the haunted things.
Interesting.
Yeah, they think that there's like ghosts who walk up and down the hallway, and there's also ghosts who they move like chairs and utensils and stuff and like throw plates around, like the classic shit.
Yeah, like the things that you have to do if you're a ghost. It's a part of the rules.
They also say that there's a ghost who haunts...
It's in the handbook.
Yeah, it's in the ghost handbook you get when you die.
Handbook for the recently deceased.
Yes.
There's a ghost who haunts the bathroom.
Is it
What?
Wailing...
No.
What was her name?
From
Moaning Myrtle?
From Harry Potter.
Moaning Myrtle.
Moaning Myrtle, that's what it was.
This place has one of those.
Yes!
It's got a bathroom ghost. Yeah.
What every good bathroom has.
Supposedly it like flies the toilet paper roll out, you know? Like the toilet paper like shoots
Helping
out.
you out.
So they have cats, and they come the next day.
Ghost cats.
Oh, rats. I bet you rats would play with toilet paper like that.
Oh,
Ghost
maybe.
cats.
It is an old building, you know?
I mean, true, but ghost is more fun than rat.
I think they're saying that you see it, like the toilet paper like shoots off the roll in front of you.
So like if you're in a stall and you run out of toilet paper,
We need
do you
to get-
think they can
You're gonna be like,
help you out?
ghost come through
Yeah.
with that TP.
Yeah.
When you guys go there, we need to get someone who's actually seen something and talk to them.
Yeah, we can just harass the people that work there.
Like,
Well,
hey, have
we'll
you ever seen
interview them.
flying toilet paper? Yeah, let's talk.
That's all we want to know about is the toilet paper.
Was it really not rats or ghost cats?
Well, they think that the ghost also flushes the toilet at random times too. Like when there's nobody in there, it'll just flush.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, I mean, I don't know what kind of ghost that is. Just
A helpful
An
ghost.
annoying one.
Their water bill must be so high.
I know. They're like constantly
Turning
running.
the sinks on and off.
They have to buy toilet paper like every day.
Yeah. Do you think the ghost likes a specific type of toilet paper?
Charmin Ultra Soft.
Yeah, just the best.
It's stealing the toilet paper. Like,
Yeah, it's like, oh, I need this.
this is mine.
It's selling
Gotta
it.
wipe up my ectoplasm.
Yes.
The most absorbent.
It's really soft too. I'm picky about toilet paper.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's a weird fact about me. Since
Write it down.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Oh.
I'm not gonna ever say that again.
But now it's
too late.
Yeah, now it's forever.
We have this
I'm
forever.
not putting
I'm
on.
gonna actually go through and cut that part out and put it at the bumper, the end of every show. I'm really picky about toilet paper. That'll be our closing line every. Bye. I'm really picky about toilet paper.
I will quit the show so
You threaten
fast.
to quit like every episode, okay?
I never will.
No.
My threats are empty.
I will quit.
Will you?
No.
No, you won't.
No.
This is
what if
your one life accomplishment.
Yeah. I can't think of another one.
Honestly, like, what else have we done with our lives?
I bought a tracksuit.
Got an exorcism.
You got an exorcism. You need to talk about that
on the
story episode.
Storytelling show.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll save it for the story episode.
Such a good story.
I'll tell my 40-second UFO sighting, and then you can have the rest of the show.
To talk about how I had an exorcism.
I do have I have one ghost story, but it's really short, and it's happened in Nevada, in Lake Tahoe.
No, that's good. Let's all tell one story, and then we'll read some other people's stories. I think that's good.
Okay.
All right. That's basically
That's yours?
That's my mystery. I like that it's not just stories about the place, that it's actual people who are staying there currently who are like, this place is fucking haunted.
They got on Yelp and were like, look, guys.
Oh, there's so many Yelp reviews.
I was like, this is great, but...
They're like, staff was great, beer was great. Really haunted, though.
Ghost, not so great.
No, that's like every review.
What if they had ghost waiters?
Oh, no. you need to sit down.
There's your tourist trap right there. You guys were talking about last episode.
There we go. We need to find a way to scam people with ghost waiters.
With ghosts, but with real ghosts.
No, you want to sit down and the stool just like pulls up for you.
Yeah, you want a refill and it just appears.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to figure it out.
That'll be our ultimate scam.
The scam of all scams.
Did you see that? I posted on Facebook. You don't have Facebook, so whatever.
I have it. I just... I've had it for like 3 days maybe, and I haven't been on it since I reactivated it.
I'll send you the video, but this guy in, I think in Britain maybe? I think it was in London. He decided he wanted to open a restaurant and get it like the #1 restaurant on Yelp. But he's not a chef.
I've heard about this. This is great.
He just lives like in a shitty flat with like a couple like roommates in this like really rundown house, but he like works for Vice, right? So he starts posting pictures of like
the shack. It's called the shack.
Yeah, he calls it the shack
because it's
the
just
restaurant.
Like one person, and he gets all these reviews, and it's literally a shack. Never been a customer.
What?
Never has there been a customer until eventually people would call up and try to make reservations. They're like, oh, we're booked for 6 months, so we can't.
Well, I think in the beginning he's like buying reviews and getting friends to write them.
Mm-hmm. He got friends to write them.
And he posts photos of the food that looks really professional. One of them, he just like slathers like sauce on his foot and does a really big close up, and so it looks like he says it's like pork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
it kind of looks like it.
And so it becomes the biggest, best restaurant in London.
I think in 6 months, it's like #1 on Yelp. It's got all these 5-star reviews from like legitimate food critics. No one's ever eaten there.
What?
They eventually opened it up after a while.
He gets so many.
I believe, and they made money.
He gets like hundreds of phone calls every day about people wanting to make a reservation, and he just tells every single person, we're booked. We're booked. Because he can't let anybody come, and then the more he says we're booked, the more people want to come.
And faking that they've been there.
Yeah.
By posting reviews.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That is
telling
amazing.
Their friends how good it is, how they got into this exclusive restaurant.
It's my favorite thing of all time.
That is amazing.
That's the scam.
They open it for one night, let in like a couple like food critics and a lot of just like normal people, and he just like sets up some tables in the backyard, like really shitty tables. Yeah. He does like microwave meals, like oven meals, and serves them.
Oh my god.
And they think this is like fine dining, so when they get interviewed about it at the end, they're like, oh, it's just like really rustic and charming, you know? Kind of brings you back to your childhood.
The only people that have ever been there are like, oh yeah, this is the best. I can see why everyone loves it.
Oh, right afterwards, several people are like, can we make another reservation?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I think they didn't charge people. They said it was like an exclusive night because they didn't want to get sued.
Yeah. That is so good.
Haley,
we need to figure out something similar.
We'll never top that.
I know, but like with
you guys need to do something like that, except for charge.
We're gonna get sued.
Yeah. Gonna get sued
no,
so
not
hard.
if you have all the licenses and everything.
Let's do bad taxidermy where we like glue creatures together and
oh my gosh,
open like a house of mystery.
Yes, there we will do that. Yes, great.
Our new life plan. After you
taxidermy,
just build like a shack in the desert after you move to Arizona, and we'll open it.
Become a hermit.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only times you ever see people are like when they come to your tourist trap.
Yeah. It'll be like in the middle of the desert, so like they've been driving for a while, so they're already maybe on the brink of delusion. So it all will seem great.
Just put up a sign that says lemonade, but also house of mystery.
Yeah.
They come for the lemonade.
Yeah. Water.
Put up on the way there fake but real looking trees out in the middle of the desert that will collapse.
Yes.
So they think it's like, oh, I see it. Oh, it was an illusion.
There we go.
It was a, what do you call it, a hallucination?
Yeah.
Mirage.
That's the one.
Haley.
Yes.
You're going to trick people in the desert with mirages.
Yes. That sounds amazing.
Well, now that I've planned your whole life.
Thank you.
Trademark that.
Yeah.
Trademark
Copyright.
Think of a name.
We didn't even name it.
No.
Do you want to tell me your mystery?
No.
Before we do that.
What? Oh, I dropped it.
Plugs for people who are not us.
Oh.
Let's get some shout outs.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to my friend Michael, who made our theme song. It's fucking great. You can look it up on YouTube under Michael Stevens. It's called Theme of Emily. He named it after me. That was very nice. And then my friend Augie made our badass logo. So shout out to her.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'd like to give a shout out to Stefan Aronson, guy I went to school with. He's doing work. You can find him online anywhere at Balanced Breakfast. He supports a lot of up and coming local bands. There's a chapter here in Portland. Comes up every so often. It's pretty cool. Helps out, bands just getting their start.
I like that.
Yeah, it's good times.
Portland has a good music scene.
You can find it on Facebook or on YouTube. Balanced Breakfast Music. Good times.
Yeah.
Good times. Yeah.
Shout out to all those people.
Shout out to, I think that's it.
A shout out to Pineapple Steel Reserve.
Shout out to Mini Tacos.
Oh, we got some gas station mini tacos before this.
That were actually pretty great.
Shout out to 23andMe or whomever caught the Golden State Killer.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing that little Ancestry DNA search because...
Shout out to MoviePass for fucking their whole shit up.
Oh, fuck you, MoviePass.
Yeah.
I canceled my subscription this week, so...
So gross.
Oh, I hope they go under. I hope that they disappear and that in 20 years people are like no one gets to use it and it's just like a story about the past.
Just a myth.
Yeah.
Like Blockbuster.
Yeah. I think one day MoviePass will be a myth and it's cool because we'll have gotten to experience it.
It'll be
I hope they go under and then somebody else comes out with what they used to do, even if they charge more, $25 a month.
Yeah.
And, one per day. If somebody else comes in, there's going to be a vacuum as MoviePass folds because they're going to fold.
They blew up so fast. Mm-hmm. They just weren't ready for it.
They've been around forever. Here's the thing: is they've been around for a couple years.
But then they got so big so fast.
People started talking about them on podcasts.
I bet they did.
But doom. Then they blew up and let's make this money. Nah.
They just
fucked up.
They're trying out. They said that all these changes they're making, they're like beta testing. I'm like on millions of people.
Yeah.
Like
what should happen is it shouldn't be a third party. Like Cinetopia should have one for specifically themselves, a monthly pass. That would be the way to go. It's
a weird business model where the more you use it, the more they lose money. So their best customers are the ones who buy in, who never see movies.
It's like insurance. Yeah. It's just like insurance.
Yeah.
It's people who are paying and not using it are keeping, because I'm sure they probably get a discount on the tickets they buy because they're buying in bulk, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But they're still buying all the tickets that people see. That's why you got to take the picture and show it, right?
Yeah. And they get, they collect all this data based on who sees what, and then they sell that data.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they make deals with certain new movies that come out where they get paid to advertise to their customers for that movie.
Yeah, they really. I hope someplace like Cinetopia or a large chain says, all right, we're gonna do our own, like kind of like Amazon, and like, all right, we're gonna do our streaming. Netflix, we're gonna make our own shows. That kind of Hulu originals. Cinetopia or whomever says, all right, we're gonna have a season pass. We're gonna have a month pass.
Yeah, because movies are. The price just went up for movies. They're like recently.
Kind of expensive, yeah.
They've always been expensive.
Unless you want to go see it at like 1:00 on a Wednesday, movies are kind of expensive.
Movies are fucking expensive, and everything coming out is fucking garbage.
How much is a ticket nowadays?
I think they just went up.
Yeah, it kind of depends
on where you go. I don't know what they were before. I never go.
I thought they were like 10. I think now they're 12, or maybe it was like 12 to 14.
Jesus Christ.
It just went up.
Especially if you go to like Cinetopia.
Well, someone at Regal, one of the workers, just told me, like, yeah, our ticket price just went up. I'm like, that's great, because movie quality just went down.
Yeah.
So, great timing. But they're having a problem getting people into the theater to see movies.
Well, and I feel like...
It's because the prices are so high, though.
And because the movies are bad right now.
And it's like, look, why would you want to sit...
If prices dropped to $5 a ticket, you'd have a lot more families going where they're taking 7 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas now, at $12 a ticket, how can a family go?
You can only go if you can pay for yourself.
A family of 5 is $60. That's before any candy.
And so you only go as a family like twice a year to a movie.
Or not at all. Or just stay home and enjoy Netflix.
Yeah, you just wait until it comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, see why... And movies are coming out so quickly on streaming sites now.
Yeah.
So, like, why go to a theater with a bunch of other people when you can just sit in your own house?
You could be a couple of months behind by the Blu-ray for, $15.
Yeah.
And your whole family watches it.
Honestly, I think that's where it's heading, is just away from movie theaters.
That's where it's been heading, and they're not doing themselves any favors.
No.
And I keep seeing articles where it's like, why aren't people going to the movies? It's like, I can tell you like 10 reasons right now.
Yeah.
What are you not understanding?
What are you missing? Have you been to a movie theater lately?
Who are your researchers? Like,
yeah.
Every time I go, all I hear is candy wrappers the whole time. That's why I tried not to go during peak times. So I don't want to be in a full theater.
When I saw Infinity War opening night, I swear to God, there was like 10 people in my theater.
That's so crazy.
That's so weird.
Well, I showed up. We didn't make a reservation. We didn't like pre-order tickets because you can't do that with MoviePass. We show up and I'm like, hey, I know it's, this showing for like right now is probably sold out. Do you have one for like the latest time, like 11? Mm-hmm. We showed up like 10. And the girl's like, no, every showing is basically like empty.
That's so crazy.
I don't understand. Nobody went and saw Infinity War.
Or at least not opening night.
Do you know anybody who's seen it?
One of my dad's friends went and saw it.
I know some people that went.
I know a couple of Rocky people went, and like one of my friends, that's it. Remember when Black Panther came out and like everyone saw it?
No.
Everyone saw it.
I only know a couple people that saw it.
The box office numbers were like bananas.
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to be the same.
I don't know. Or maybe people are like waiting. Maybe everyone assumes everyone is going opening night, so they're all waiting.
I think that's what it is.
Going later.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they learned.
Maybe everyone's smart and they're just going to wait until part 2 comes out and then watch both of them.
That's good.
That's what I wish I had done.
Yeah.
I did that for the third movie of The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
They had Trilogy Tuesday, and like probably 6 of us went, and oh my God, what a long fucking day.
Oh my gosh.
All 3 Lord of the Rings.
Oh God, isn't it like 12 hours? Like,
yeah, it's ridiculous. And so they showed a movie 3 hours, give or take. Then they would do like a 20-30 minute break, which needed.
Yeah.
They really needed to do that.
Yeah.
And then play the next one. The third one was the opening. It was a lot of fun, but oh man, I couldn't imagine doing it more.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever watched all 3 back to back?
Not all 3 Lord of the Rings, but I like on road trips. My cousins and I would watch all of the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Haley,
they were all so long that it got you through the road trip.
Oh, that is long. That's like a marathon.
We were also like 12, so
okay.
And Pirates of the Caribbean was
Do
really
you like
cool.
the Pirates of the Caribbean movies?
I think I've only seen the first one.
That's the only one you need to see.
No.
Actually, the second one is pretty good.
First one's fun. Which one was the one where they did a 2-parter? Was that 3 and 4 or 2 and 3? Either way, skip those.
I don't think there was one that was.
And then when they went to Florida, that was a little fun because it was back to doing a Jack Sparrow adventure. And then the latest one I enjoyed because again,
it was like the same story done over.
Yeah, it was a little weird. It was. I felt like it was too short. Like there's a lot of story left out. Yeah. But still, it was a Jack Sparrow adventure. It was fun. It did.
Jack Sparrow's all washed up, which I think is a good metaphor for Johnny Depp's life.
Oh, poor Johnny Depp.
So rich though.
Yeah.
Is he washed up? Maybe. Or maybe he's gonna get $2 million for his next movie for no reason.
Yeah.
That's the kind of washed up I want to be.
Yeah.
Where I don't have to try.
Exactly.
And I
like you can just make bad movies.
Why did he play Tonto?
When?
Why?
I don't know.
I think that he had fun with that role. I think the movie was garbage.
Oh, he played Captain Jack Tonto is what he did.
I know.
Yeah, pretty much.
Maybe he can just only do like one thing now.
Maybe.
I think so. He's been Jack Sparrow for over 10 years now, so.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how Robert Downey Jr. can only play Robert Downey Jr.
No, come on. If he came out with another Sherlock movie right now, it would be great.
He's Robert Downey Jr. in Sherlock.
Oh, you're saying he can only play... Well,
he can only play himself.
Okay. I'll give you that.
He has no acting range.
That's what Rehab does.
But he's really good at that character, though.
No, I do like him. Yeah.
He's good as Iron Man. He's good as Sherlock.
He's likable. I want to see him as Iron Man.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't see the problem.
There's some people that just all they can do is play themselves, and it's not bad.
Jack Black?
Yeah.
But Jack Black has some serious roles. Have you seen Bernie?
I haven't.
You need to watch it.
I know.
It's gross. No, don't watch it.
Watch it.
I'm going to watch it.
I'm
going to watch it. He's done a couple movies like that now that are just like, why are you doing this, guy?
It's like, I forget that you're a serious actor, or you're trying to be.
But is he? Because he's still doing it with that wacky face.
He's just trying to be, but you need to watch Bernie.
Do you know what his parents did for a living?
No.
What?
Literally rocket scientists.
I'm not surprised.
He's very smart.
I liked him in King Kong. I love that movie.
I liked him in Mars Attacks.
I've never seen that.
Shut the fuck up.
Is it good?
He was pretty great in School of Rock.
Oh, American classic.
That might be the best thing he's ever done because he didn't go too far, and he really settled into the role as opposed to trying to burst out of it.
Yeah.
I wish that would become like a Criterion film. School of Rock. Because it really is just like iconic.
It's pretty good. I don't think there's been anything like it.
I want them to release like a Criterion edition of
a special edition.
Yeah. Like crazy fancy cover for it.
Yeah.
It's like $80.
You would buy it.
Of course I fucking would.
Burt Reynolds was always that guy that just played himself. And he had a long ass career.
But he's Burt Reynolds.
He's Smokey.
That's what I'm saying. Bandit. I think we just said the same thing.
Okay.
Don't mind the sirens in the background. Burt Reynolds was Robert Downey Jr. before Robert Downey Jr. was.
Fine.
Yeah.
I'll accept that.
I could see that, yeah. I mean, I've only ever seen him in Smokey and the Bandit, but...
Burt Reynolds is...
You haven't seen the rest of them? There's a lot of good ones.
Just cool.
Cool.
I need to.
Cannonball Run?
I haven't seen it.
You should.
Okay. I'll watch it.
And I say that, having not watched it for several decades, it might be super racist.
Oh, it probably is.
Or super rapey.
Maybe it's like really just
like you go back and watch Revenge of the Nerds, it's like, oh no, you raped that girl.
Oh.
That's horrible.
I watched that within like the last 5 years and...
Yeah. Was it Pretty in Pink? Oh, you racist.
Some 16 Candles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of those movies don't hold up well.
No, they don't.
I think they hold up well as long as you look at them through a lens of in context.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're super racist, but that's what it was back then?
Yeah.
Doesn't make it great. Doesn't make it right.
Casual.
Would not be made today.
No.
Casual racism. Not as
but it was what it was is it was trying to make the joke for the sake of the laugh, not to be rude to people, but for the sake of the laugh. And people, you can't do that nowadays. Comedy isn't first.
Yeah, you have
to
be more sensitive.
Yeah.
Some people have to be more sensitive. Some people, there's a large rebellion against that right now in the comedy community.
Yeah, and Joe Rogan's he's on He's very against
but
that.
he still watches his tongue though. He will not say anything offensive, but he's also saying stop overreacting. He's so in the middle. He's right in the middle. And I agree with him.
He's a normal person where he's like, I'm not going to intentionally offend you.
Exactly.
But also, if I accidentally, don't be a fucking dick about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of there's a lot of comedians out right now that are intentionally offending.
Just for laughs.
But just for the left, and they're trying to be offensive for the laws. Like, so there's this. All right, did it go up your nose? It went up your nose, didn't it?
No, it didn't. I just took a drink and it came up onto me. Was that a ghost?
Yeah,
I don't know.
It was a gropey ghost. That was a Me Too ghost. For example, this podcast I listen to, and they do a live video show, but Legion of Skanks, and it's these guys, and they're fucking offensive. They'll drop the N-word all the time. They'll make rape jokes. Geez. But at the same time, Michael Che, the head writer of SNL, is on the show all the time, and he's black, because Michael Che gets that what they're doing. They're never doing it hatefully. They're always doing it tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
So there are some people pushing back now. We'll see where it goes.
Just as an artist, I'm on board with that, because I think there's so much censorship in art right now, and I've seen it at my school so much where people have tried to tell me
don't censor art.
Yeah, people have tried to tell me things that I design are offensive, and I'm like, well, you don't understand how design and inspiration works and interpreting things in a new way. I was like, you can just fuck off, because I'm gonna do it anyway.
You eat a bag of dicks.
Yeah,
I've also considered.
I don't care.
I was in the realm of art. I no longer believe in trigger warnings in art, literature, movies, that kind of thing. And here's why. Because if someone puts something out there to make you feel a thing, it's a spoiler to say trigger warning. It's spoiling the feeling they wanted to make you feel.
Well, and also,
does that make sense?
Everyone interprets art differently. So if you're offended by a piece of art, someone else might not be,
Right.
That could trigger.
That isn't really the artist's fault if you're offended by it.
I mean, within reason, yes.
Yeah. Criticism and commentary is not the responsibility of the artist. That's up to the audience. The artist's job is just to create something and put it out there.
And obviously, there is a line of good taste.
Yes.
If you're making something intentionally to be shocking or offensive, then that falls on you, But I don't think most people do that.
No, I don't think
to be honest.
No,
at all.
No.
But everyone's offended by everything anyway, so.
Yeah, I think art. I'm okay with some censorship when everything is going out to the masses, but when you get into the like free television, I'm okay with censorship, right? But when you get into you as an artist, no one should censor you. If you want to go work with a corporation, they're like, here's our guidelines, and you accept that, that's on you as an artist to accept that. But if you're making stuff for yourself, everyone else can fuck off.
But I think the world and the art community will naturally censor you anyway. If you're making stuff that people don't like, they won't buy it. You know what I mean? And then you'll have to change what you're making because it's too offensive. That's natural selection almost.
It's letting the market dictate.
Yeah, the market.
That is capitalism.
Capitalism will dictate what you do, kind of. So you I don't think people need
unless you have fuck you money, and then.
Oh yeah, I would love to have fuck you money and just intentionally upset people all the time.
I think if I had fuck you money, I would be very similar to what I am now. I think I'm already in fuck you stage because I don't. No, here's the thing. I don't think I'm that offensive of a guy. I don't think I have a lot of offensive ideas. But there is some points where I'm I don't care what your issue is.
I like stuff has shock value. I don't necessarily want to intentionally upset people, but I like to shock people.
I agree.
Yeah, there's a difference.
For school, I'm making...
How do we go down this road?
Last thing is real bad.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We have a fashion show coming up in August.
And you're requiring the models to wear plates in their mouths? That's fucking fucked up. They're all white?
Oh, they're mostly white, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm making it's a sexy little slip dress, has lace. It's lingerie. I'm making it out of Bible pages.
That is amazing. Oh my gosh.
Shock value.
So let me ask you this.
Yes.
Which Bible?
Probably classic Christian,
So you're not going to put a little Quran, little fucking Torah in there or what?
I'm gonna keep it probably to one thing. We're gonna take words from it and blow them up, like specific words. I think we're gonna focus on like adultery, you know? Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, because it's like a little nightgown.
Yeah. I like that.
But she would never do something just to offend people at all.
I had this idea a long time ago, and then
I remember you telling me about
it. The theme of our show is statements, and I'm like, oh, that's a statement.
Yeah, that is a statement.
They've given me the freedom to do this.
That's so great. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna abuse that freedom.
Yes.
It's funny that you can't make fun of any religion unless it's like Christian religion.
I know. That's the only reason I can get away with it.
Well, if you're doing adultery, though, you're probably going to get in the Old Testament, which is...
If I did, like, the Quran or something, people would freak the fuck out.
Yeah, you get shot.
Oh, God.
but you can do the Torah.
If I got
probably
murdered,
will be with adultery and all that. It's more in the Old Testament shit.
Yeah, it is very Old Testament.
I've never read a Bible. I have no idea.
Really? Oh,
I didn't.
God bless this child. So we're gonna get you a Bible. We're gonna get you to church.
No thanks.
Should we? Can we do like a live episode of the show from church?
We're gonna get you an exorcism.
Yes, we'll do a live stream of the exorcism.
I'll do a reenactment of what my exorcism was like.
Yes.
Yeah.
There we go. The exorcism episode. It'll be great.
We'll do it for episode 100.
Yeah. Until then, though, are you ready to learn about the Hex Boy?
Fuck yes.
Yes.
Hex Boy singular, just one boy?
Just one boy.
Okay.
He was named Jake Bird.
Is he pretty hexy?
Oh, you'll find out. He was born in Louisiana in 1901.
Oh, so
but
deep south.
Yeah, deep south. He wasn't sure where in Louisiana because he lived most of his life as like a transient. Traveling around a lot, yeah.
As like a child?
Yeah. I didn't get a lot of his like childhood life story because there's not a lot out there.
Sorry, what is the year?
1901.
Oh, okay.
That's when he was born.
Okay.
He left home at 19, working odd jobs, and he was a railroad gandy dancer, which is not like a type of dance from like the 1900s. That's slang for someone who like laid and maintained railroad track.
What?
I was just imagining someone doing like the two-step on a railroad track.
I thought it was some kind of like vaudeville.
Yeah, that's what I was imagining too, but I was really disappointed.
He's just a laborer.
He was just a laborer, yeah. So Jake came to Tacoma, which is called the City of Destiny. I had no idea that was a thing.
All right.
Yeah, in 1947, he was 45.
Okay.
And he just came to town looking for work like he did in most towns. October 30th, he came across the home of Bertha and her daughter, Beverly June. He entered their home and hacked them with an axe.
What?
Yeah, he was just looking for work, came across his home, and was like, you know what I'm gonna do? Murder time.
This sounds like an escalation.
Yeah, it kind of...
0 to 100.
Yeah, real quick. So the screams of Bertha and her daughter alarmed their neighbors, and they called the police.
Yeah, I fucking bet.
Yeah, the police showed up, 2 police officers, and they found Jake running away, covered in blood, still holding the knife.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's not very good at this.
It's the 40s, okay? People got away with murder all the time back then.
It's not like they had security cameras or helicopters, you know?
Yeah. Have you ever watched any John Mulaney stand-up?
No.
Yes.
Okay. Well, he has...
Let's put a marker on his body. That way we know where he was.
Yeah, we found a pool of the killer's blood in the hallway.
Gross.
Gross. Mop it up.
You've heard me say gross all the time.
Is that what that's from?
Exactly.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
It's so good. Watch, is it New in Town?
New in Town.
Yeah, watch it. It's
Is
great.
it on Netflix?
It is. It's so
now
good.
back to my hunch.
Yeah, it's so good.
I'll watch it tonight.
He has a new one coming out on May 1st. I'm really excited.
Party? Watch party?
I'll be gone, but...
Okay, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, tell them where you're going.
Oh, I'm going to... my mom and I are doing a road trip. We are going to visit some family in Arizona, but I'm tired of doing that. So I was like, look, the only way I'll go again is if we can do a road trip. So we're going to do a haunted road trip. We're going to Alcatraz. We're going to the Winchester Mystery House. And I think once we're in Arizona, we're going to go to some ghost towns there. We went to Tombstone last time, but I think we're going to go to Jerome, which is apparently really, really haunted. And then on our way home, there's a clown motel.
Gross.
Yeah, we're going to stop
Spaulding's?
there.
Oh.
Maybe we'll see him there.
Captain
I don't
Spaulding's?
know.
Now that you get that reference.
Yeah, I don't know.
Haley.
We'll see.
The murder ride? I hope there's a murder ride.
Oh my god, me too.
What makes it a
By the way,
clown
that's your guys' tourist trap. You need to create a murder ride.
We do!
Haley.
Oh my god.
Northwest Mysteries murder ride.
There's so many serial killers here, we could do it.
Do you know that one year I turned my garage into a haunted house?
No.
You use like, you hang trash bags and you create like walls and you like make it so they have to like go through it.
We can make our own murder ride.
And there was like a glow in the dark area at one point. Like someone jumped out and scared you. There's like a part with like chopped up limbs.
That will be our scam.
I'm really good at making haunted houses.
Here's Ted Bundy.
Yes. Oh. And then we can do like Diane Downs and Gary Ridgway.
Serial killer
many
haunted house, but it's open year round.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Like the murder ride.
Murder ride.
Captain Spaulding's. We can recreate Captain Spaulding's.
Haley.
Here we go. Please don't sue us, Rob Zombie. We love you.
He's gonna come to it, dude.
Please do.
Oh, we love you, Rob.
Please come.
Big fans. Big fans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where was I?
Where were you?
I don't know.
He escaped.
So he was running away, holding a knife, although it said that they hacked him with an axe. So I don't know how he got the knife. I don't know. The murders were not in depth. So he was cornered eventually by the two officers, and then he tried to attack them to get away. He stabbed one officer in the shoulder and another one in the hand, but they still managed to tackle and handcuff him. And then they took him to a hospital to be treated for his injuries before they took him to Old City Hall jail. And once he was in the jail and they were like interviewing him, he attempted to convince the officers that he was innocent, but he still had brain matter on his shirt.
That's not incriminating.
No, not at all. But then he eventually did confess to the murders and say it was a robbery gone wrong. Which, that could be true.
That's probably what it was. Yeah. Because I don't think
Because if he was, like, looking for work.
Yeah.
And he was, so he's obviously poor and doesn't have a lot of money.
He's desperate.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to go from nothing to, like, brutally killing two people.
Yeah, and it said one of the ways that he would get, like, around to different towns is he would hop on a train car, and then, like, once they were pulling into town, he would hop off. So he would just, like, hitch a free ride.
It was a hobo.
Yeah.
Transient. Hobo.
Called transient.
I like to call them urban outdoorsmen. Have you never heard that?
I've never heard that. That's a first.
It sounds nicer than a hobo.
Yeah, it kind of does. So a month later, Bird went to trial, and it lasted 3 days. He was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to death by hanging. So this is when it gets good. So Bird made his final statement in court. He spoke for 20 minutes, claimed that his lawyers were against him because they denied him his request to represent himself, which never goes well for people when they represent themselves.
Just a tip. If you kill someone, don't represent yourself.
No, it doesn't work.
That just proves you're fucking crazy.
Yeah, but here is the best part. He put a hex on every person involved in his punishment.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, his exact words were, "I'm putting the hex of Jake Bird on all of you who have anything to do with my being punished. Mark my words, you will die before I do."
Did they all die before him?
6 months later, after his conviction, the judge that gave Bird the death penalty died of a heart attack. Then Bird's defense lawyer died of a heart attack. The police officer who took Bird's confession died of a heart attack.
No.
Then a police officer who wrote a report on Bird died of a heart attack. One of his prison guards died of a heart attack. And then finally, the court clerk died of pneumonia.
Haley, that's a lot of people.
Yeah. I'm well aware. I did the research.
You think the hex is real?
Oh, I really think that the hex is real. The original date for his execution was January 16th, 1948, but Bird claimed he had murdered 44 other people, and he was willing to help the police solve all those cases. So his execution was postponed for 60 days, and police officers from other states, I imagine other states with a lot of like unsolved murders, came in to interview him. And from those interviews, 11 murders were substantiated, and a bunch of, so like 11 unsolved murders became solved.
So he had always been a killer?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he was knowledgeable enough about the 33 others that he was considered a prime suspect. So it was discovered that Bird killed people in Florida, Illinois, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Nebraska, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Dakota, and Wisconsin.
I bet it's easier when you're a transient because you're just like drifting through places.
Yeah, because you're always going in and out of town.
Yeah.
And he mostly preyed on women and used an axe or a hatchet as his weapon. Yeah. During the 60-day stay, he filed an appeal with the Washington State Supreme Court to get a retrial because, like maybe like a plea deal, so he gets a life sentence instead of the death penalty.
Yeah.
But that was denied. And then he also filed 3 petitions with the U.S. Supreme Court, and those were also denied. So he was finally hanged on July 15th, 1949, and buried in the Walla Walla Correctional Center prison cemetery.
Good.
So that is the hex of Jake Bird.
Damn, I believe that.
Yeah. They all died before he did.
I love when things are like cursed, you know?
Yes.
Shouldn't that be Hex Old Man, not Hex Boy?
Hex Boy? No.
It was 45.
Like, it's
Hex
Hex
Man.
Girls, so Hex Boy.
I did get the joke, yeah.
Thanks. I don't know. The Hex Man, kind of like the Axe Man.
Sounds like X-Men. Hex-Men.
Yeah. Doesn't sound as good.
I like Hex Boy.
Hex Boy, yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I mean, he could have been putting hexes on people. Is that how you say it?
I think so. Hexing?
Hexing?
Was he hexing?
He was hexing people when he was a boy.
Since he was a youngin', he's been hexing.
A young boy.
Young transient.
Homeless boy. I know. Where were his parents?
Oh, I don't know, man. They were just not in the picture.
He probably doesn't even know.
I mean, if you're like hopping rail cars when you're 10.
Yeah, I don't think you have much concern for...
Said he didn't leave home until he was 19, so...
Okay. I definitely paid attention to that. I love you.
This is the second episode we've done today, so my brain's kind of fried.
I'm going to blame it all on the Pineapple Steel Reserve.
Are you?
Yeah.
And the mini tacos.
Oh, those are so good.
Yummy.
Every week we're getting those mini tacos.
Yes. I don't know.
We need them.
I'm tired. My brain is fried.
Well, I like that. That was good.
Thank you. I was really excited. I know you would love the title.
Yeah, like I said, I love things that are cursed, like cursed movie sets, you know, where everybody dies on it.
Yes, like the Exorcist movie set. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Poltergeist.
Yeah, both of those ones. I love shit like this. I can't believe all those people actually really died.
Yeah, and all of them except one of a heart attack. Like, it's crazy.
I'm sure there were a lot of other people involved who didn't die.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, but like,
it's a high number.
People still did.
So. I don't know how hexes work, but he's from Louisiana, you know. They got like major like, voodoo down there, so
they do, so he knows.
I believe he actually knows about that.
Yeah, I don't know how hexes work either. What's the difference between a hex and a curse?
Nothing.
Oh.
Let's
Semantics.
go. Let's go to Louisiana.
Nope. Stop right there. Nope.
Let's learn voodoo.
Let's go to New Orleans.
Take a Ouija board.
I want.
Definitely don't.
You know what
I don't believe in Ouija boards, but still, don't take one to Louisiana.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah, it does. But let's still go to Louisiana.
My dream is to go on one of those swamp tours.
Really?
Yeah, I want to tour like.
You want to eat a gator?
Creepy swamp.
Gator barbecue.
I want to see an alligator.
I don't want to be eaten by one.
Have you ever eaten one?
No.
It's the
Are they
best
good?
meat
We don't
ever.
have
It's
alligator around here.
When we go, let's do it.
Yeah.
It's like the best chicken you've ever tasted.
We'll have to go.
We'll have like gumbo and shit.
We'll have to plan more trips. We'll have to make more money first.
Oh god, we're so broke. We gotta start making money off this podcast.
So send us your emails and we'll send you our PayPal link.
Donate to this good cause.
Our fun to go to New Orleans and learn voodoo.
We'll provide you more quality content.
Just like this.
And also take vacations off your money.
And they will bring you back some beads.
Yeah. We'll be lifestyle influencers.
I mean, you know how you're... Never mind.
The beads you get for, like, flashing your tits. Isn't that just during Mardi Gras?
Man, I don't know. Boobs are great. I think that year-round, you could probably at least...
Let's walk around Portland and try and see if we can get any beads.
If people had beads, that's the problem. You got to find people with beads.
I don't think people in New Orleans carry beads all year long.
You don't know.
We don't know.
So no, if you're walking down Bourbon Street and there's houses there, I bet you see a guy in a little patio and be like, "Hey, you got any beads? What's up?" You run inside and get them. I'm not saying this is a good idea. I'm just trying to earn you money for your trip. I'm not...
Haley, you have bigger boobs than I do, so you're gonna be the designated flasher.
We can't take turns.
I don't want to flash.
I don't either.
I have bigger boobs than you.
I got little boobies.
We'll find someone to be our designated flasher.
We'll pay someone and then we'll just collect the necklaces.
Yeah.
We're losing money on this venture.
We are.
We're so bad with
flashing
money.
Fund.
You guys are pimps.
Oh no! Shit. We just became pimps.
We did. Oh man.
I think that's the end of this episode.
Yeah. We don't want to further incriminate ourselves.
All right.
Okay. Stay spooky.
Stay spooky.
Bye.